With spring break behind us, parents are starting to look towards summer, and good news, we've got you covered. Why not take the kids on an enchanting journey through the mystical world of dragon trails, a new exhibit at the Heard Natural Science Museum, and Paige is live in McKinney to learn so much more about this family-friendly summer destination. Hello to you, Paige.
Hey, good morning, Jew, and good morning, Texas. Aren't they cute? Those little babies, we're talking baby dragons. Now, I know these are mythical creatures, but why not bring them to life, and why not allow your family to get up close and personal? Because what's really cool is that every culture has a different type of interpretation of what dragon means to them. This is Dr. John Dexter with the Heard Museum, Natural Science Museum and Wildlife Sanctuary. This is cool.
Yes, it is cool.
Tell me all about Dragon Trails.
Okay, so Dragon Trails is at the Heard for the next couple of months until June 27th. We have a dozen or so animatronic dragons from representing all over the world in different cultures. We have this guy and the youngsters here, and throughout our half-mile loop, several other dragons that come from every culture throughout the years, from 1000 BC up into the medieval times.
What is it about dragons that continue to have this mystique? Because I want our viewers to get a clear idea of how many we're talking about. Answer that question while we roll this video, because this video showcases a dragon of a very unusual sort. This video is going to start with what looks like a rooster. Tell me more about that.
Okay, well, that is the cockatrice. The cockatrice is sort of a interesting interpretation of what a dragon may have looked like. As I mentioned a second ago, dragons have evolved as lore based on the historical record and what the interpretation was of what that historical record was by every culture throughout the world. So at least one culture at one time interpreted a dragon as being more like a rooster.
More like a rooster. Also, you saw a dragon that looked like a lion. And who do we have behind us? He looks friendly, sort of. Tell me about him.
This is a griffin. Many of our viewers might recognize the griffin as being from the Harry Potter series, but the griffin originated in Western Europe and India, way down south almost to Africa, maybe an eon ago. That is the griffin.
And it looks like something you could just get on board and fly around. It ignites the imagination. And some of these look a little more friendly than others. For example, in this next video that we're going to be showing you, we're seeing a kind of serpentine type of dragon. Check out this video and tell me about that.
That is another one of our dragons, also from I think that one's Ethiopia, if I recall correctly. Another interpretation of the fossil record, interpreting dragons as being more along the lines of a serpent as opposed to the typical lizard with the big wings, and or the cockatrice that we just talked about.
And then another big dragon that's beautiful too. Again, you're going to be running into a bunch of these as you go along the trail. Each one has its own unique flavor, and each of it is based upon the imaginations of people from around the world and how they think about dragons. Shall you? Well, hello. Looking quite mighty, I might add. Who is this?
So this is the phoenix, typical rise from the ashes, the Atlanta City motto, if you're familiar with that, rose from the ashes after the Civil War, but this was an interpretation in mythology going back thousands of years. A very common, maybe a little less than your typical interpretation of a dragon.
Well, and we of course, dragons are mythical creatures for sure, but a lot of them are based on the natural world, and that's a big part of it too, that you can see elements of animals that we're familiar with in these dragons. And guess what? Speaking of animals in the natural world, we're going to be taking you to another section of the Herd Museum where we're going to be able to see some animals that have not been able to return to the wild, but certainly have a natural habitat to explore. This is an opportunity for you to get up close and personal with some of these native species. That's going to be happening a little later in the show. For now, thank you, John, so much.
Thank you for coming out.
It's not just dragons. There are also real wild animals you can see at the Herd Museum. And she is back along the animal account.
Yes.
Or Paige, what are we doing? Oh my goodness, how cute. Who is that?
Can you see her back there, Aaron? This is Trio. She is one of the animals that have been rescued. She was found without a hoof and was unable to return to the wild, and that's the mission here at the Herd Wildlife Sanctuary. It is a fantastic place where animals have a shot at a whole new life in an environment that mimics their own. I want to reintroduce you to Dr. John Dexter to talk about Trio and some of the other animals. Tell us more.
So all of our animals on display at the Herd Natural Science Museum are captive only because they are non-releasable to the wild, either through injury, illness, or imprinting on humans, which means that they have no fear of humans. So Trio is a great example. We have 3 female whitetails that live with us full time. Trio, there's another one with a injured leg as well, which, you know, with the coyote population would not do very well. And then Dawn, if she comes around, she is was bottle fed as a baby. Somebody thought that it was a great idea to have a white-tailed deer as a pet.
And that's never a good idea.
Making wild animals are wild for a reason. They do not make good pets. It's a terrible idea. They're cute when they're little, but as they grow up, just not a good idea. So everybody here is here because if they were released into the wild, they would not survive.
Right. And I think I want to kind of bring home that message. Wild animals should never be pets. They do need to be in an environment where they can be cared for by experts if they're not in their natural habitat. And we've got a sibling team here. Introduce us if you don't mind.
Yep, so this is Devin and Elliot. They are actually biological brothers.
Look at Elliot. Is that Elliot over there?
Yeah.
He's chilling.
He is totally chilling.
He's actually posing for the camera, I think.
So these guys were actually rescued as kittens from a farmer's burn pile. He's pushing the brush up to burn it and looks down and sees 2 kittens in the fire. So if you look on Devin's back, you can see.
So he rescues the kittens.
Correct. They required some pretty significant medical attention and bottle feeding because they were so young, and obviously they don't have any fear of humans, but do just perfectly fine here.
So Devin is this one who is a little camera shy, correct? Is this one named Devin, is that right?
Yeah, it's always harder for me to tell them apart, but I believe this is Devin, that's Elliot. Hey, buddy.
Hi, buddy. Well, hello. I want to see if the camera can see his pretty face because, man, that is a beautiful, beautiful animal. Gorgeous. And then there's one more that we want to get to that's a little further down the hill. This one is interesting. I was surprised to see that you actually, down this way, have a fox, a red fox. Are these animals, as we get closer to them, are those native to Texas?
So they are technically not native to the United States at all. They were imported during the colonialization period, hundreds of years ago, but they have acclimated so well that we consider them native. So the red fox that we have now, Todd, was rescued from an illegal fur farm where they were raising him for that beautiful coat of his. The fur farm was closed down and they needed to rehome their animals, and he actually came from Ohio, but we were able to accommodate him, so he lives with us now and couldn't be happier. He's pretty chill right now, and it beats the heck out of the alternative, right? So he's wonderful. We have a gray fox, which is native, down at the other end of the trail, who also has a great story. If we have a second,
and each of them have so many different stories. Sadly, we do not. But the good news is you can come, you can find out all of these different stories from these very remarkable animals. I want to do a big shout out and a big thank you to the Herd Natural Science Museum and Wildlife Sanctuary. You've done a remarkable job preserving these animals so that we can all share in their beauty and in their glory, and also preserving protecting their species. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming
Come
out.
and check it out. This is a great summer destination. Aaron, you would love it because I know how much you love animals. So come and check it out when you can too.